Hey, I'm LadyDevann. Welcome to my creator cave.
Pack. Are you? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to kill you that violently. Yes! Finally!
The first thing I have is my backdrop, which is where I keep some of my collectibles. This is probably only about a fraction of all my things that I collect, my video game memorabilia. The thing that I'm most proud of is my Funko Pop collection for Fallout. It has every single Fallout Funko Pop that was ever made, even like the super rare Freddy Funko, because I'm a big nerd and of course I needed all of them. I have other Funko Pops like my Dragon Ball Z figures. I've got some stuff from Skyrim and Harry Potter. I have more Fallout memorabilia up here. I have some of my collector's editions like from Doom and God of War, which was absolutely amazing. Some things that are more personal to me that I absolutely love. One of my viewers and my mods modded this Wonder Woman Funko Pop to be modeled after the cosplay that I did. And he got it right. It was awesome. It looks just like her. He also made this really cool statue that's based off of one of my merchandise shirts, the professional streamer shirt. He made a statue of the image on there. That art was done by Austin Marie, and he made this statue. It even has like my cats on it, and I'm holding the controller just like the image. So this serves as the backdrop for my stream when I start off and I'm talking, and then I can just pull up my green screen for the gameplay time. It's really great to give like a personal aspect to the stream, and it's really good at starting conversations as well. One of my most popular clips on Twitch actually is me pulling open my green screen for the first time, and I didn't read the instructions and didn't realize that there were these little feet, and it toppled over onto my background and knocked over one of my statues. But it's the most popular clip, and you know, there's mistakes in it, but we learned from our lessons. So this actually doesn't get any camera time, but this is the side that I try to soundproof. I'm still very loud when I stream. And I like to keep every single badge from every event that I've gone to up on this wall. I love to collect all the lanyards and the pins that I get as well. And this, I've been trying to find a good place to hang up. This is like my most prized possession. It's the Fallout perk chart, and it's actually been signed by a bunch of the developers of Fallout 4. And this is like so near and dear to my heart. I can't figure out the perfect place to display it just yet though. So this is my streaming setup. I have a single PC setup. I'm slowly working towards a 2 PC. I have my DX Racer chair that I've had for about 3 years and it's still going strong. And hashtag ad, you can go to dxr.us/lady10 to get a discount if you want. I have a Rode NT1 microphone with a Yamaha MG10XU mixer that's really good for vocal effects. All of my peripherals are SteelSeries. I use their Arctis headsets. Right now I'm using the 3. I typically use the Arctis 7 or the Arctis Pro. I like to switch it up though. I have my keyboard and my mouse, and my extra large mouse pad is all SteelSeries as well. For my mouse I use the Rival 700, and for my keyboard I use the Apex M800. I used to stream primarily PC games. I've been moving more towards console because I've been turning into an achievement hunter lately. Right now my PS4 is hooked up for Detroit Become Human, but I've been playing mostly Xbox lately. I do use an internal capture card, the HD60 Pro, to capture my console footage. I have a 2 monitor setup. I typically have my console on one monitor and then all my other windows for streaming on the second monitor. I use a Logitech C920 webcam. It works really well. I've been thinking about upgrading it lately. There's honestly nothing wrong with it. I'm just constantly looking for new things to upgrade with my stream. As for my lighting, I use just some studio photography lights, and they work fantastic, especially for the green screen. I just make sure to have 2 light sources to get rid of the background shadows. And then to change scenes really easily, I use my Elgato Stream Deck. The most functions that I use on my Stream Deck are chat spam, and also for switching scenes, especially when I'm playing a really cinematic game. I like to go from just the game from myself with the game to just the game itself with no cam and no overlays or anything like that. The BRB screen is always highly requested from my chat. They kind of riot when I don't put it on when I step away. So yeah, that basically covers everything on my streaming setup. Typically they're really confused And the way that I describe it is I say, it's like YouTube. You know, I always say, you know how people play video games and post videos on YouTube and they make a living off of that? They say, yeah. I say, okay, I do that but live. And that's kind of like the best way to describe it. I still have some extended family that's like, what are you doing? And like, they're very confused. It's getting more of a household name, but I think maybe give it like maybe another 2 or 3 years, it'll definitely be a household name. People still get kind of confused by it. My favorite part about live streaming is the audience reactions and being able to cater my content around what they're saying. There's so many times when inside jokes will happen or funny moments will happen because of chat. And I love being able to have that connection with them. And I feel like so many people have been regulars in my channel for so many years. I know them and I feel like I've like grown up with them. I think it's extremely important. Not only in like the fact that you're growing as a channel with another person as well, just the fact that you have a friend that understands what it's like to be a broadcaster. You have somebody that you can talk to and vent to and even just hang out with, and they understand what you're talking about. They understand the same sense of humors, and you can connect on a better level that way too. So yes, it helps grow your channel, but I think mentally it means more than anything. I think you probably know. I think my biggest accomplishment has becoming a host on GameStop TV. When I first started doing content creation, I started writing reviews for online websites. I tried making my own YouTube videos where I did reviews on games, and what I found out that I liked more was being entertaining. Like, instead of just talking about what the cool parts of a game were, I liked being able to entertain people by showing them the game. And so I had this idea in my head that I wanted to have my own show someday. I was like, it'll be on Xbox Live, and it'll be kind of like how Attack of the Show was, and we'll talk about games and developers and new things that are coming out. And then years later, now I'm doing that, but on GameStop and inside all of the stores. And I think that's just incredible.
Yeah.
I want to get more into voiceover acting. I want to get more into hosting. A dream of mine also is to be a community manager someday. So I've actually been working my resume around that too, and hopefully someday, if I'm not doing voices in games, I can represent the games as a company and reach out to a large audience that way. No, well, I mean, cable TV it's so expensive, and I hate commercials. I really do. The only thing that I miss is HGTV. I was a habitual HGTV watcher, but that's the only thing I miss from cable.
Okay.
Yeah, I watch Netflix. Recently, I've been really into Amazon Prime Video. They've got a lot of really good stuff on there. I've been watching House on that, so. I have a really hard time separating my personal life from my stream. I'm starting to get better at it now. Like, I have my time before I stream during the day. You know, my boyfriend and I will take we take our dog to the dog park for a few hours a day, and we just walk around without our phones, without anything out. We just enjoy nature. Our dog gets to play with other dogs. She gets to swim. It's really like, I don't want to say healing because I don't get damaged from streaming, but it's almost like I'm recharging my battery by doing that. And I do Snapchat some parts of it, but I do have a lot of people asking like, well, why don't you IRL stream your dog at the dog park? And I'm like, I need time to myself sometimes. I stream on average 6 to 9 hours a night. So I do need that time to myself during the day. And I feel bad because a lot of people will either message me on Discord or be like active in my Discord during the afternoons, and I don't really talk as much on my Discord in the afternoon, and it's because I'm trying to take time to myself and the stuff away from it. And I think that is really important. Before I moved to Texas, when I lived by myself in Ohio, I had my own apartment. I was going absolutely crazy. I didn't have any time to myself because I was dedicating 100% of my time to the stream and content creation. And if I wasn't streaming or doing content creation, I was sleeping. And it was a very unhealthy thing, so taking that time to recharge is very important. Oh, not at all. not ever. People think that, like, especially being on GameStop TV, like, oh, you must get recognized all the time. I'm like, I'm a nobody, dude. Like, I have probably about 50, almost 60,000 followers on Twitch, but in the grand scheme of things, like, I live in Austin, and there's, like, I don't know how many million people are in here. Like, there's, it cracks me up when people are like, oh, you're like this big, huge personality, so you must get recognized all the time. Nobody knows. Nobody gives it. Try not to cut. I try to. I think it's really important to take time off during the week when you're not streaming and not doing anything else and spending time with actual people face to face. I've definitely noticed since I've become a full-time streamer, my social skills have really degraded. And I'm used to talking to a monitor, so now I find it's really hard for me to make eye contact when I talk to people. When I'm like done with a conversation, my brain just like, and it turns off and goes the other way. So moving to Austin has been really amazing because there's so many other content creators that live here. So like I try to host board game nights on a weekly basis. I'm super into board games, like really obsessed with them. And luckily a lot of my friends here in Austin are as well. So we'll take a night where we just, you know, have some drinks, eat some pizza, play board games, and it's so much fun and it's a really great time to relax and recharge. I'm kind of a if it's not broke, don't fix it type of person because I'm very cheap. Like there are some things that, you know, if it really needs updated, like I will. Like previously, before I had my Rode microphone, I just had a USB microphone, and I also had a mechanical keyboard at the time, so every single mouse click picked up on the microphone and it drove my viewers crazy, and they're like, you have to upgrade this mic. And I scream a lot too when I stream. I yell and I laugh hysterically, and I felt really bad for headphone users, especially without having a was it compression microphone? Compressor. I felt really bad for my viewers when I didn't have a compressor microphone because it was terrible. I would think like IRL is still picking up a lot, but I think like predetermined programming is going to be the next big thing, and I'm surprised we haven't really dipped into that. Like, you know, we had old shows like Whose Line Is It Anyways, where it's improv and it's an actual show production. And I think a lot of companies are going to start realizing the value between live streaming on Twitch and on YouTube, and they're going to start taking their pre-programmed shows and they're going to try to put that onto like a live audience type of deal. I would say maybe my Gamers Outreach jersey, because it's a personal thing for me because it's a charity that I'm really passionate about, and it's got, you know, their logo all over everything, but it also has my name on the back of it. And I know they gave it to everybody who was streaming there, but I feel like I earned it, and that makes me like feel really special. I love anything that's personalized with that has my name on it because they took that time to do that. So it makes me feel like the company was like, I'm thinking of you. If you want to follow all of my channels, my Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, and Facebook, everything is under LadyDevann, no spaces, or you can head into your local GameStop store and see me on the TV talking about all the new latest games that are coming out. My stream schedule, I usually stream around 5 Central Time to about midnight or later. I'd love it if you came by and stopped and said hello and hung out for a little bit. So thanks for checking out my creator cave. Bye.